Welcome back to Dum-Dums and Dragons, where improvisers who've never roleplayed before journey into the world of Dungeons and Dragons. I am the Great Wizard Bukake, your host. Our anti-heroes have destroyed a slaughterhouse and the Harveys. Echo pelted her opponents with an ice storm. The Forsaken realized the group is being watched covertly, and Quinny blasted apart villains and the building with bombs. But what will happen next as our heroes continue their quest to save Baldur's Gate? Find out next on Dum-Dums and Dragons.
The Hamhawk slaughterhouse has been destroyed.
Yay!
Cultists, dead. Butchers, dead. Bloody Hand Gang, dead. Just a big old explosion in lovely downtown Stony Eyes. There is confusion and chaos in the streets. Quinny, you've just teleported back out, back to where Echo and the Forsaken and Captain Puppy are hiding. For Echo and Forsaken, can you roll me stealth checks, please, for the time that Quinny was gone?
6. I don't think Echo gets any.
10.
Okay. You think you've done a great job of hiding. You are not sure if there's any evidence to the contrary. You're both just in the shadows in this sort of, I guess, you weren't, the bakery was before you teleported, so this was the meetup point.
Yeah, this is at the edge of Stony Eye, so we're just outside of Stony Eye territory.
Near the wall and, tucked in there. So you're uncertain whether you're observed or not. You think you're in the clear, but who knows?
Yeah, the Forsaken was like, I stepped into a shadow after already being followed. I'm 4 feet from where I left the light, no matter how good I am.
It's not an Assassin's Creed game where you can just crouch and they're like, what?
Yeah.
What? Well, he's gone forever. All right, so Quinny, you reappear.
Welcome back, Hitman. Mission accomplished, we see.
Yep, here's your bag back.
Thank you.
Holding.
This
I don't
is
need that.
much better than this friggin' sack. And he dumps all the stuff in. He's like, better. Stows it away. So we sleep for the night and then make contact with the guild tomorrow.
I mean, we've definitely made waves at this point, so yeah, I'm assuming contact will be made with us, but if that's not the case, we can start searching them out, yeah.
Excellent. Any thoughts from you, murder child?
I feel pretty good about how... Yeah, I feel pretty good.
Great. Do you think you got the Bloody Hand Gang in your strike, Quinny, or was the building empty?
No, it had gangs representing the Dead Three, so...
I've heard that name said before. Who are the Dead Three?
Quinny doesn't really know. Not really sure. There was mention of Ball.
We know that name.
Do we know that? Who's Ball?
Don't we know that name?
Some guy they worship, and...
I believe you installed him as the King of Hell.
Hell, right? Yeah.
And, I don't know, they mentioned some other guy. Bane.
Bane.
Yeah.
I've never heard that name before.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like a weird name.
Yes, very strange.
Anyway, they seem to be big fans of those two guys.
Obviously, there's a third one.
Yeah, I didn't catch the name.
And they're dead?
The Dead Three are dead? I don't know why they call them that. Maybe they're dead. I don't know.
Well, Ball's not dead, right?
Wait, who's Ball?
Isn't Ball in hell?
The Forsaken, if the mental conditioning is as potent as I think it is, would not know this.
Correct.
But Quinny would remember Ball?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, like, it's been a hot second.
Sorry, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that...
well, Quinny's got a lot of hell experience. We may not know where hell is at currently,
but like, specifically after Moonhammer, when you guys all got booted out, it was Ball who closed the door behind you and was like, get fucked. So you're aware of him.
So
Ball,
Juniper would have
okay.
been aware.
So Ball is probably a hell guy, either a devil or a demon, or I don't know, maybe even like an underworld god.
So a demon. Wait. You're saying God?
I didn't really get to know the guy. It was not a lot
Are the Dead Three gods?
Let's just call Ball like a steward.
Sure, his name is Stuart now.
No,
I know, I'm kidding.
Stupid dad jokes.
Yeah.
Well, he
I am
is your father.
I am someone's dad anyway.
So wait, the
the dead three demons or gods? You said they were worshipped.
Yeah, I can't be 100% sure.
I have to know because I said I was cool with them back at the mortuary, and if I'm not cool with them, then it's time to burn down a mortuary.
Well, we're all out of bombs.
Okay, I got a Forsaken question. Forsaken, how aware is this Forsaken of the previous iteration of the Forsaken? Does he have continuity of thought between them?
Theoretically, there's some continuity. He's not smart.
Yeah, but like you spent all your time hunting down gods, so presumably you would know the names of a lot of gods.
Theoretically, yes. Though this is like weird, dark underground cult gods as opposed to openly preached in a temple god. And Butthole is not the most experienced.
Ball, the Lord of Murder, is a pretty. No, you're right. He's a bit underground, but like.
But if he'd know that now, then it's like putting it together, being like, wait.
No, you know what? No, I think he's underground enough.
I thought I had it.
Well,
I thought I had it, but I think this one might be too underground for me.
I don't know because he's like the opposite of like. Because
if he's the devil of other other religious stuff,
specifically, he's not. He's like the Lord of Murder. He's like a god of murder and destruction.
Yeah, the reason he was in hell is because Butthole and Moonhammer did the God Gauntlet.
Yeah,
gladiatorial combat. That's why he was even around down there.
Yeah, so I think that. you would know him because he's the counter. He's like Hades or like if you're using the Greek pantheon.
Forsaken can put this together. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, he is a god. That means the dead three are gods. That means I said I was good with gods. I need to go burn down an entire mortuary.
Why?
Because they are god worshippers and they fooled me into saying I was okay with it.
Oh
Is that something you can do in your free time when we're not trying to...
Seriously?
I can do it
Fix
tomorrow.
this.
Tonight it seems kind of busy.
If it's any consolation, there was they had cultists under the slaughterhouse, and when we blew it up, that shit definitely caved in and crushed all of them. So
Forsaken, can you roll me a history check? A very important history check.
that's a nat 20.
Nat 20. I don't know that you would confess this to either Quinny or, the hitman or murder child, but as you reflect in your seething, brooding rage upon what went down at the mortuary mortuary, you recall that she identified the dead three as rivals of hers because they were taking all the good corpses. So she wasn't like, yay, the dead three. She was like, I don't like these guys. Don't fuck with them, though. They'll fuck you up.
The sticking point is that you said to her that you were cool with them. And I do think it's kind of funny. It's like, she heard me say I liked God, so I have to kill her.
that can still ride.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that you
this is
understand
important.
that she wasn't like, hey,
wait.
the dead three. She's like,
No, she hated the dead three. I had a problem. I could update this with a letter. I could send a letter with one of the porters from this bar. I already made a deal with Luck Duck and all the Rivington rat corpses. That should pay dividends.
Oh, great.
We get discounts if we need stuff from the dead people.
another number 4 ass.
Might be able to get us a number 5.
I mean,
Because right now, if once we put the ass into friend, he can really only do a mambo number 4. But if we can upgrade him, he can mambo number 5.
well, I mean, hey, that's we should put that at the top of our priorities, right?
Okay, I'll just send a letter. Excuse me, Porter!
He's just going to write her a letter literally being like, killed a bunch of dead three, was confused about who they were, will continue killing them. Forsaken. Send.
Oh, my God.
Right away, sir, says a gnome porter and runs off.
I love that it's written as like a wartime telegram. Was confused. Stop. Killed a bunch of dead three. Stop. Will continue to do so. Stop. Was
Wait for
very
me.
Good. Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, very
I long
funny.
to see the children smile again. Stop.
All right, I'm good to go to bed. And if we find out where any of the other dead three are, we're going to be honor bound to kill them.
Okay, yeah. Did anybody come, snooping around when you said you were followed while I was gone?
I mean, not that I could tell, but I'm not terribly observant.
All right, maybe we take a little walk.
Sure,
before
let's do some circling.
Yeah. That good with you, Echo?
Sure.
Okay, so you're going to try and lose your tail in the crowd.
I mean, don't even know that we have one anymore, so it's
Yeah,
extra
lose
tricky.
or spot.
Identify.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be kind of up to you. If you're trying to spot them, then I think it's more of an investigation or a perception. If you're trying to lose them, it's stealth or possibly athletics if you're just going to book it. Like to account for like going around a corner, running really fast, cutting down another thing, etc.
Forsaken's not really a getting away stealthily kind of guy. So he's going to be leaning for, instead he wants to do that thing where you like go around a corner, wait, and then clothesline whoever comes around the corner after you.
Yeah, all right, fair point.
So he'll be going for that.
Okay. How about Quinny and Echo?
I don't see a way for Quinny to pull the disappearing act without knowing who he's hiding from. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like a Bourne identity thing of like Bourne thought X person was tailing him, but it was actually someone else. So that person just gets to watch him like put on a different baseball hat and walk in a different direction.
Yep.
It's kind of embarrassing for him that like he thought he
had the guy.
thought he had the right guy fooled, and is like, no, someone just watched you put on another hat.
Yeah.
Jason Bourne.
Okay, so then you'd probably be going with Forsaken.
I want to try to spot this person. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Echo?
Echo is going to be like, every once in a while, she's just going to be like squinting and like whipping her head around to see if like anyone makes a sudden movement to be like nonchalant purposely. So I think it's more of a perception.
Any newspapers quickly rise up in front of their faces.
So to lean into Tyler's metaphor, we're three people who know Jason Bourne is after us trying to spot Jason Bourne.
Correct.
We are reverse Bourning this.
Reverse Bourne. Yeah. The Bourne reversal.
The Bourne identify.
There it is. Yeah, very good. Great. Love it. Love a good Born Again joke. Okay, so let's get those 3 checks and see kind of what comes of them.
I'm smoking that fucking cigar so hard.
18 perception.
Okay. Oh, and sorry, Ryan, I didn't tell you what you're rolling. Let's go with athletics for you because you're trying to step around a corner quick. Unless you had a different pitch.
No, I'm fine with that. 16.
Okay.
Has perception for me to track the person? It's a natural 20.
Oh, well. Okay, so then, the way everyone rolled really well. So the way we'll play this is Quinny and Echo working together are able, like Echo stopping periodically to look around, isn't actually seeing it, but is triggering the behavior that Quinny you can then see. So you're able to inform Forsaken, who is then able to step around a corner for the clothesline. Does that sound about right?
Works for me.
Love it.
Yeah.
Great. So Forsaken, you quickly just aggressively step, or I guess casually step around a corner and then immediately press yourself against the wall. And a moment later, a just incredibly drably dressed citizen of Baldur's Gate comes around the corner, walking quickly, collar up, kind of huddled against the cold, carrying the world's like saddest little like I guess probably a club. Just a little like personal defense club, but like clinging to it while holding jacket close. Like, I'm cold, I'm not on guard. Steps around the corner and just bounces. Are you clotheslining or?
This is just a full grab by neck hit against wall.
He yells and immediately flips the club into a reverse grip and just clocks you against the jaw. Can I get a con save? I think.
Sure.
You can have advantage because you were kind of expecting this.
That is a 19.
19? Okay, so... wow. Rolled a 1 halved, so take 4 points of damage from just tanking this admittedly offhand bad strike, and you do not drop him. He's kind of wide-eyed, staring at you. I think kind of like a young John Leguizamo, just kind of like, easy grin, but in kind of a panicked thing. Mm-hmm. Like, the classic kind of big eyes he does when he's like panicked or manic about something. He just goes to strike you again. He goes, "You're going to choke me out if I hit you again?"
It wasn't the plan.
Okay. Can you put me down then?
No. Why
Shit.
were you following me?
Ah, shit. Would you believe I wasn't?
I mean, would you drop your club?
He drops the club.
That was incredibly stupid. No.
Hey, man,
Not really
I just hit you as hard as I could. You didn't even flinch, so I'm pretty sure if I hit you again, you're just going to hit me harder. So
That would be the death of you. So why were you following me, and who do you work for? Compatriots, join me here.
there's more of you.
This is Captain
gonna kill me.
Puppy, the hitman.
Snarf!
And Murder Child.
Okay, you guys have some spooky names. I'll give you that much. Look, I don't mean any trouble, all right?
You've already hit me, and we're following us. Try again.
Yeah. And I don't mean any trouble by it. I was just hoping I could slip away from you and run away. You'd probably do the same thing in my situation. Look, I work for the
Why?
Guild. The Guild.
Thank
You know the Guild?
Ah, yes, we've heard of the Guild.
Yeah, all right. Well, Nine Fingers sent me to keep an eye on you guys. You haven't exactly been quiet with what you've been doing around here. So I was supposed to, keep an eye on you and see what's up.
Great. We would like you to bring us to Nine Fingers now.
Oh, I don't know where she is. She finds me when she wants to hear my reports. I was supposed to trail you guys for the night, let her know what I observed, and then report back. Good news is,
How would you let her know?
she was literally, if she couldn't find me, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And otherwise, tomorrow, I'll be sitting around drinking a coffee or something, and I'll feel a very strong tap on my shoulder, and there she'll be.
So why don't we all just sit around and drink coffee tomorrow?
Where are you going to be drinking that coffee?
Fuck, man. I was going to go back to the 3 kegs.
Ah, well, here's what I'm thinking. Perhaps he could come spend the night with us. Then we could journey to the 3 kegs tomorrow.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, look, also, you guys should know, I think she's going to be pretty happy with you, so don't kill me or anything as a message, because, I saw that whole, kablam thing you just did. She's going to be real happy about that. BJ was a big fucking thorn in her side.
And we are very excited to speak with her. We have plans for this city and gifts to be given.
Okay, take over the city and killer plans?
Oh,
or
no.
Okay, well, that's good.
We'd like to see her rise in station.
Get rid of the Nightmare King kind of plans.
Rise like a fire.
Yeah, okay. Well, Deshi Basara and such.
Yes, exactly. You speak
What?
my language.
I do, yeah. No, I've seen that stage play too. Okay, listen, yeah. If you folks want to fuck up the Nightmare Lord, I was thinking you were just making a play for territory, and you were gonna, I don't know, run a slaughterhouse forever. But if you're doing a bigger thing, she'll be happy to hear that. But yeah, look, again, you guys seem to be on the level. Well, you can come with me tomorrow. That's fine. I can stay with you guys tonight if you promise not to kill me. You could just do it anyway, I guess. But I would appreciate it personally if you promise not to kill me.
We don't kill friends, friend.
Amazing. Okay. Well, my name is Nuggets Poon.
Oh, nuggets. Oh, no.
Let me
And
just
then
write
before
that
thing
down.
gets head, he's like, that name bodes poorly for this guy's survival. He's going to play nice.
You can call me Getz. My friends do. Nuggets is a very unfortunate moniker.
Oh, Gets Poon? Come on.
No,
That's gross.
Oh, man, no. Getz because Nuggets
wow.
is stupid.
Wow,
to
this
a
is...
child.
Yeah, Murder Child is a
I
child.
literally just don't like my name, so I have a nickname. That's not what it is.
Why wouldn't you just replace the whole name?
Yeah, or just go with Nug. Why'd you go Gets, knowing what your last name is? Sorry to throw you under the bus like this, Tom. I know it was just a quick snap decision.
He killed
but
himself.
I need to drill down into this.
You can find Nine Fingers a different way.
All right,
He just
Mr.
says,
Poon.
fine, all right, you want to call me Nug, whatever. Look, this guy's going to choke me to death.
No, you're coming with us and sleeping in a box.
Yeah,
Come on,
no,
Mr. Poon.
It's cool.
Let's get
Yeah,
you.
great. Yeah, fine. Okay.
I do like the way this guy acts now that he's been found. Like he's a tail, and once he's caught, it's like, fine, yeah, whatever, good, great, fine. It's very funny.
Thank you.
I do a bad job and you don't like my name. I get it.
All right, Mr. Poon, you're coming to our
Nug,
place.
call me Nug.
I don't work for you.
I was always taught to be respectful of my elders.
Fine,
What is
Mr.
that?
Poon. Mr. Poon. Mr. Poon. Let's
Mr.
go.
Poon.
Let's go. Take me to your house. Where do you live?
You'll find out.
Great. Okay.
We're staying at an inn. Calm down.
Yeah.
You're getting real
I'm
spicy.
just not going to broadcast it. I don't know what broadcast means. This is fantasy, medieval times.
You've seen robots.
I'm just not going to thaumaturgy it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, lead on, I guess. Hang on. I'll show you guys the fast ways so you don't get caught by random guards and stuff.
Okay.
Mr. Poon begins to lead you through the streets, and it's a lot of kind of like, the classics are like, hang on. Okay, let's go. Just because he's used to seeing the sorts of patrols, and particularly from other gangs and that sort of thing. The guild is obviously the overarching, pre-Nightmare Lord, the guild was the overarching sort of criminal underworld structure. But A, the Nightmare Lord is clearly running things now, and B, as we've seen from the various guild wars, like, a lot of the gangs, like a lot of the kingpins are at each other's throats. As long as it doesn't fuck up anything for Nine Fingers, it's fine. So this like Nuggets can get killed by anyone. There's no one here who like respects him. He's not wearing a badge of authority or anything else. So he's kind of leading you through the streets, Quinny, honestly, the way you would have led people sort of through the streets if you were ever in a similar situation. And do you tell him where you're going, or are you eventually going to lead him back to Elf Song?
I think we'll just give him general directions. Okay, we want to head to this area now.
Great, yeah.
We want to head to this area.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. So he can get you back up to Eastway and back to the Elf Song fairly easily. Eastway is a bit more because you're on the other side of the Basilisk Gate and kind of on the edge of. Yeah, you're in the lower city. You're no longer in the outer city. So there's a bit more security here. The explosions all happen in Stony Eyes. So there's a little bit of, like those things don't happen here. So there are more people out in the streets. There's a bit of gawking going on. There's certainly a crowd around the Basilisk Gate kind of like muttering. You can see a number of folks kind of with little Baldur's Mouth press tabs in their hats and on things around the thing, interviewing people, talking to folks, not, you notice, going out into the outer city, but staying in the lower city, asking everyone who saw it from over here what they saw for tomorrow's paper.
So about 10 minutes away from the Elf Song Tavern,
Yep.
the Forsaken would turn and say, Hitman,
Yeah.
are you worried about protecting our specific HQ location?
Somewhat, yeah. I've been thinking about it.
I have a solution for Mr. Gets Poon over here.
What's that? You can't say it, can you? You just have to do
I
it.
can. Take a deep breath, Mr. Poon, and then get in
10
this
minutes
bag.
away.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to phrase that as a statement. And he just grabs him by the collar and shoves him into the bag of holding.
Deep breath.
He screamed on the way in.
Breathe in. He yells, holding the bag open. Deep breath. And then he does a big swoosh through the air to fill the bag with air. And then he seals it shut.
That's definitely how that works.
Well, we have about 10 minutes before he dies. Let's get inside.
Let's get going.
Amazing. So you make your way into the Elf Song Tavern. You kind of come storming up the stairs. The tavern is very full of muttering and gossip, obviously. You make your way up the stairs into your room. Zabiana kind of swings open her doors. You come through and she's like, hey, that was you guys? You did that?
Can't talk or Putin will die. And he walks into the next room and closes the door and lets him out.
And just Zabiana standing there in her doorway being like, yep. Just closes her door.
Yeah.
All right, so you dump him out on the floor, and he's gasping for breath even though there was enough air. It's just a generally terrifying ordeal. Yeah. Ryan, what's the stupidest thing in your tummy bag right now?
Oh, the stupidest? Well, do you want to, like...
It's a guy named
That's
Nuggets
a big
Poon.
question.
Sorry, Tom. I didn't realize you were drinking when I started talking. I'm sorry.
He thought he had a second and he didn't.
Sorry, dude.
Oh. Realistically, he should we roll? I'll count how many things I have and we can randomize what he does. Like, that's an easy way because there's a bunch of stupid shit and there's shit
Tom's
that's important.
laughing, but saying
I'm
to
letting him do it.
proceed.
Yeah, okay. I've got 1,
Sorry.
2, 3.
It is also just fun to say
4.
Nuggets Poon.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I had to turn away because I spat all over my laptop.
Okay, I have to roll a d12 and we will see what item he fucking finds.
All right.
We don't have a d12, do I?
Yeah. Or you want to. I'm gonna go in
Oh, here it is.
There was
I
one
do have one. I forgot the fucking shape.
there. Yeah, no, we don't use them very often.
You just got to think about what Shadowheart's always complaining about.
Okay, I've got a 7. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He comes out with a refilling beer stein.
And he goes, okay, that was awful, but this thing is great. Do you sell these? Can I buy one of these?
No, that's the only one I have. Thank you.
Thumps it on the ground.
Takes it out of his hand and puts it back in the bag.
Oh, all right. Oh,
this is Friend, our friend who is a flesh golem.
and friend just raises a hand.
You're going to help me give him a new ass.
What?
I got him an
You
excellent
didn't see
model.
that in there?
He dropped
No,
it
he
off.
dropped it off here.
Okay, yeah.
And he goes,
I wasn't going to carry that around in a sack of flour. I
Ew,
respect
gross.
friend.
Yeah.
and he goes, okay, all right, sure, great. How? What are we doing?
This will be a stitching exercise. I'm sure you've made clothing before.
Yeah, okay. Hey, does Queenie know you're doing this in the second floor of the Elf Song Tavern?
Quinny knows what she... Wait, you know where this is?
Yeah, I can hear the fucking elf song, man. There's a ghost elf who sings all day in here.
I
It's-
appreciate your honesty, but this proves you are not the smartest.
No, I was sent to track you guys. I'm not high on the ladder. Keen isn't sending, like, A-tier people out.
All right, we'll start
My name's
threading-
Nuggets Poon, man. Do you think she's really, like, I'm up there? I'm one of her lieutenants?
I mean, you could just be a Remy pancake waiting
Who?
to happen. Anyway. Look,
Thread
it was
some,
worth
thread
a
some
shot.
needles, Mr. Poon.
Yeah, worth a shot
All
to
right.
try and hide it, but yeah, it is the Elf Song Tavern. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd like 9 fingers anyways. All right, so we'll do the butt thing. Is there anything you plan to do tonight, Murder Child or Hitman?
Think about, I guess, talking to Nine Fingers and how that's going to go. I'm assuming, Nug, do you give your reports directly to Nine Fingers, or even when you're tapped on the shoulder having coffee, is that through a proxy?
It depends. I've only met Nine Fingers once. Often she'll send a proxy and they'll get word to her. I mean, like, she has people within her inner circle that she works with.
Yeah.
So it could be anyone.
How did you know it was her when you saw her?
She sat down and said, "Hi, I'm not Nine Fingers Keen," and I said, "Okay,
And that was enough.
sure." No, I didn't believe her.
Oh.
She just looked like some lady. She doesn't really look like anyone. She's incredibly nondescript. It's kind of her thing. But then she, showed me some blackmail information that only she could have, and I went, "Oh shit, you're her." And she said, "Yup. And if you tell anyone what I look like, I'm going to use this. So I'm not going to tell you what she looks like, other than to tell you she looks really nondescript. You won't even see her coming. She is wallpaper."
Oh, well, I guess we can work under the expectation that she's going to have blackmail material on us.
Well, I think what we could do is bring Mr. Poon here to the meeting.
Oh,
and he
for
can
sure.
confirm if it's truly Nine Fingers or not.
Yep, that'll work. Yeah, then for the night, I guess I'm just going to rest up and try to think about what our next steps are. And it's really talking to Nine Fingers, but we're getting close to the end game here. We're getting
Yes.
close to Dust Hawk.
Yes, Dustbird Hill that
Yeah.
we're making our move upon, bringing Rilsa Rail in, teaming up with Nine Fingers and organizing the meeting with the Duke.
Yep.
Whoa, you're bringing Rilsa in? Is
We've
she,
got a number of plans, friend.
You know Rilsa Rail?
by reputation, I mean, she's one of, people say she's Keen's favorite. She's
We've-
over in Little Kalimshan. What,
We've
she's gonna
heard things like that, yeah.
You really think she's going to just abandon that?
Maybe in favor of something bigger and better.
You'd be amazed what's possible with a little elbow grease and demon fire.
Okay. You seem to know what you're doing, so I'll leave that to you. If there's an open seat on something, though, or like if you're looking for someone to help move up in the world.
That sounds more like a Nine Fingers decision.
Yeah.
I've got an open seat we can both work on.
Wow.
You're very scary, but also kind of silly. Has anyone ever told you that?
Takes one to know one, Mr. Poon. Perhaps you should work on the fear.
You think he's scary now? Wait until he falls asleep.
Great. I'm going to get sewing.
Excellent.
So Forsaken will join Mr. Poon on this because he does have a shocking amount of flesh golem experience, having built Quinny a body before. Unknowingly, it's the only healing magic he does. It's around putting together corpses as an act of spite against gods.
So what's Friend doing during this? Does Friend kind of squat and let you do your work, or does Friend just lay face down on his stomach, or
I
what?
think friend's got to lay down.
Yeah?
And just
Yeah, we're removing the ass, so like squatting
yeah,
is
just
hard.
like taking
It's
it from the
gotta
waist
attach.
down and then like reattaching.
Yeah, on the action figure, we're rebuilding like the
it's the
Right,
diaper,
okay.
the
The diaper
McFarlane toys
section.
diaper. You know,
Got
just
it,
got to pop
okay.
the legs off, pop the waist off, pop that on, pop the legs back on. You're good to go.
All right.
Yes.
So he lays down and goes, "Ooh."
Yes, this will be so good for you. Stronger, better at eating and shitting. It'll feel weird, but sometimes it'll feel good. It truly is the darkest hole of the body.
Echo, do you want to go play knives next door or something?
I want to play cards.
How do you play cards? How do you play cards is what I mean.
Well, you know how like when you play knives, the first person to draw blood loses?
Sure.
When you play cards, the first person to draw blood wins.
That makes an Echo amount of sense. Great. I don't want to play that game, but maybe Zabiana next door does.
Okay, I'm going to go say hi to her.
Great.
Bye.
And I'm just chilling for the night trying to think about how we approach this Nine Fingers thing, but ultimately just resting.
So, all right. So, Echo, you wheel down the hall, and what do you do?
I just knock on Zabiana's door.
Zabiana opens the door again, and just a visible relief when it's you. She's like, no offense to your friends. I'm really glad it's you, not them. I don't think I can handle another weird that guy thing.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah. You want to play knives?
You want to play cards?
Oh, how do you play cards?
I'll show you.
And you guys start playing cards, and like as soon as blood is drawn, she's like, "Oh wow, I'm really glad. I was worried you played in some stupid way."
Yeah.
So you guys spend the evening playing cards, and Echo, you get 1 point of inspiration for spending some time in some leisure time with Zabiana. Over the course of the evening, she would also, because it might just come up as you're playing cards, explain that the sort of followers of the Dead Three are basically like a triad cult where there's cults to three major gods, three death-themed deities, if you will. Bane, the Lord of Darkness, Baal, the Lord of Murder, and Mercule, the Lord of Bones. But recently, the leaders of all three of these factions were killed during the whole El Turel Avernus situation. So they've been in disarray, and what was previously the kind of scariest underworld element beneath the guild, beneath everything, has just been kind of floundering, and with the Nightmare Lord's entry into the kind of ecosystem really just pushed to the side. And she'd heard rumors that they were trying to get a foothold back in Baldur's Gate, but also, incidentally, that they were operating out of the slaughterhouse. So she's like, so if you blew up the slaughterhouse, I think you may have pretty well ended that, which, I mean, they're an interesting group. I don't particularly care for those gods myself and wouldn't really want to see them around, but if you blew them up, like, I think maybe you did it. They might be just done.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm sure other people will come to Baldur's Gate eventually and, take up the mantle and stuff, but the last remnants of that group, there weren't many left, and the Nightmare Lord also dispatched a bunch of them. So if you blew up a base, if what you're saying, your friend the Hitman there told you is true, then I think you guys may have done it.
Really? It seemed like it would have taken more effort. I don't know. It just happened all so quickly.
And Zabiana shrugs and she's like, sometimes blowing stuff up's effective.
No, you know me. I prefer the up close and personal.
I said effective, not satisfying. And she only deals more cards.
Yeah.
All right. So you spend the evening playing cards. Forsaken. Let's get, I guess, medicine, sleight of hand. How do you... the maker of golems, what's your stat?
Listen, I hate to go back to the well, but I'm going to pitch insight because he doesn't know shit about medicine. This is just how you stitch together dead things. I'm going to use a point of inspiration.
You know what? Instead of that, I'll give you advantage because you're working with Mr. Poon.
That is a 29.
29. So it's a long evening of sewing. Again, you didn't build this golem, so there isn't the same, you don't have the same drive. You're also not building it for Quinny. You also didn't animate flesh golems previously. You just built them with the exception of Billy Fingers, but even that he was like powered by a thing. So it's a bit of a different process. Friend is actually kind of helpful though, because he's able to like indicate stuff and kind of like point backwards to like what should connect to where. Nuggets Poon proves to be very nimble with sewing and just basically doing triage. You guys actually work pretty well together, kind of quietly through the night. It's a long, hard surgery, but at the end, friend kind of crawls up off the table and does a stupid, sexy Flanders. Just kind of wiggles his hips and goes, "Oh, hips, don't lie."
That's right, friend. That's right. Now we all rest. But first, and he goes downstairs and gets like a big chest of drawers, like a big chest that he can bring upstairs, and he pokes some holes in it for air. He's like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Poon, but we're dealing with a nightmare lord. You seem weak, but some of the scariest dreams start off seeming harmless.
Okay.
Get in the box."
Just with a deep Flintstone animal sigh of "it's a living," he crawls inside the box.
Excellent.
Can I have that Stein?
No.
Forsaken climbs on top of the box and puts a blanket over both of them and falls asleep. And like 60 seconds later, no, the fires! Oh God, we're all dead! No, the gods are alive!
Mr. Forsaken!
Oh God!
Mr. Forsaken!
No!
Mr. Hitman!
I'll kill you!
Miss
I'll
Echo!
kill you all!
Mr. Friend!
It's just night terrors for the following 6 hours.
Quinny will say, "I hear you, but I'm leaving. I'm going to sleep."
Captain Puppy. And meanwhile, Goblin Jr. in his guise as Captain Puppy is going, "Yar! Yar! Yar!" Which Quinny, you hear as you leave, like, "No, the Kraken! It's back!"
In character nightmares. It's true. They truly are night terrors and night terrors.
Man.
All right. So you all awake, rested? Question mark. The next day, there's certainly commotion downstairs already. The Elf Song Tavern is a bustling place even early in the morning. There's the smells of baked bread and general conversation. There is the, again, kind of awful excitement of nearby danger that we were safe from the whole time. Downstairs, people are discussing the night flare, as it's now being called. People trying to figure out how, like, what the Nightmare Lord was trying to do with it. There's a lot of just like whispering and conspiracies, as well as news that there was an explosion in the slaughterhouse. And again, everything from "do you think they were mixing potions" to "I heard it was the Dead Three" to "the Nightmare Lord was displeased with the Kingpin." Like, a couple people actually very close to the truth, and a lot of people just kind of all over the place. But certainly bustling downstairs. You open the box, I assume, in the morning.
He let him out. Like, it's just to prevent him from running.
I know. And Nuggets comes out and just like, deep pitted eyes, just like looking exhausted, and says, "Can I get coffee? Is that all right? Or are you worried I'm going to run away? Do you need to watch me get coffee?"
No, we'll both have coffee.
Okay,
We'll drink it black, like our souls.
Okay.
Did you not sleep well, Mr. Poon?
No, little girl, Miss Echo. I didn't. The Forsaken. I think I get where his name comes from now, with the fire and the gods and stuff. So no,
There are no gods.
Yeah, because you must destroy them, and they betrayed you, and you will kill them and stitch them into things. And
Well, it turns out my night terrors are pretty educational.
yeah, so no,
I can teach you a strategy for dealing with them in the future.
that would be great. Is it not being here, just being like in my house?
Yes,
I guess that's one.
How do you deal with
But
my
what I like
night
to
terrors?
do is like imagine and like I don't really believe this, but I have to use my imagination and think that like I'm the one who causes the pain for the Forsaken, and then I think of like all of like the terror is like the sound of my enemy.
Oh,
And then I can, then it's a happy sound.
okay. So yes, you're hardcore, and yeah, okay.
What?
Well, you're hardcore because like you're imagining you
You
like
know, I don't really think that Forsaken, right?
I'm unthreatened by this.
Well-
No. Turn your fear into sadism and use it against your
I'm
oppressors.
just saying I can't imagine kicking that much ass. So like you're kind of hardcore because you're imagining that if you're because if I'm imagining a bunch of my enemies, odds are they're choke slamming me against a wall and then putting me in a box for the night. So like
You don't stab your enemies?
I mean, I'm more of a sneaky follow around and tell people what's going on kind of guy. I
You don't set them on fire?
No, I hit him in the face with the club.
He was a club guy, which was unfortunate. You should teach him some of the blade.
I didn't even knock his cigar out of his mouth. It really showed me the stark reality of my combat prowess.
Yeah, you should really build your arsenal of weapons and abilities.
Yeah, can I get some coffee first, though? Is that all
I think
right?
I have some downstairs.
Thank you. All right.
It's here and it's black.
Great. Dabiana obviously is not out because it's morning.
Yeah.
But you've got him. He's like, okay, so yeah, if you guys want to do whatever you got to do here, we can head to Three Kegs. Do you have a way through the gates into the upper city at all, or do you?
We know some people at a very particular gate who I believe would let us through.
Okay, all right. Well, that's good then. So, yeah, the Three Old Kegs is in the Temples district. So, you know where like High Hall is? You know where they make all the laws and stuff?
We wandered past there.
Okay, yeah, it's near there. I think Nine Fingers likes it because it's so close to the seat of power that it's, the Flaming Fists aren't looking too close because it's like right there. I've got a token for me to get through, but if you have ways to get through, that's good. We'll need them.
I think if we go to the same gate we used previously, those guards may recognize us.
The one we used previously, when we were pretending to be rich?
No, that was coming back. But if you remember going there, we met two guards who escorted us through a major thing. They know who our former identities were.
Yeah, they're not going to recognize us like this.
You can take a mask off.
Can you take a mask off, the Forsaken?
I am who I am.
Yeah, so that might
Do
be
you
a
think
problem.
this face would be unrecognizable? This armor?
You do look pretty different. And
Well,
you
then
act
let's
very different.
roll some bones. Let's find out what happens. I believe in your ability to convince them, Hitman. You're the face of this operation. Unless you've got a better way.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want, Nine Fingers or anyone else to know who I am. A better way to sneak in there. You can't just have coffee somewhere else?
Sure, yeah, if you want to just make Nine Fingers look for me. She'll find me eventually, but yeah, fine.
Easier.
No, if you guys don't.
We are on a bit of a time crunch here.
Okay. Okay.
Why don't we just bribe our way through? We have a lot of gold.
We do have some gold.
No, we just have to save some for what was it called? The Murky what?
Apparently,
Murky
we're not
Mortar.
going there because we don't need to for a quest.
We still
The
need
Murky
to
Mortar,
go there.
that's in the wide. That's like right next to the temples. Like if you want to walk through,
All right, let's go bribe our way through. That's
we go
probably the
through
easiest way.
Heath Gate. We can walk right through the wide. You can stop at your shop or whatever, and then we can go.
We just make sure to have to keep enough gold for me to buy some knives, okay?
Okay.
You still have your gold.
I know, but what if it's not enough?
So that's going to be a fucking knife, I'll tell you. 500 gold, Jesus.
I'm
no,
7. I don't know no money.
say that again.
No, you'll make fun of me.
All right, so we'll bribe our way through. Then we go to the knife store to get birthday gifts for murdered child. and then we go to the Three
Happy
Kegs.
birthday! I'm sorry.
Thank
that's
you.
rude of
I've
me.
been 6 for so long.
How long?
Oh my goodness. When did we
you think
meet?
about it.
How long ago? How many years ago did we meet?
I don't know. I'm the Forsaken.
I
I
got
don't
nothing.
know. Probably like 20 years.
Oh, so you're 27.
Wait, are you?
No, I was 6. I'm 7 now.
Are you
okay.
undead or what's? You know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be
No.
asking this. I don't need to know.
It's all right, Mr. Poon. Life is confusing,
That's a
and
good
so
attitude
will
to
our
have, man.
journey be to the Heap Gate.
To the Heap Gate.
So your token works. That's fine. Do you know about any corrupt guards who will take a bribe around that area?
I mean, the guards are pretty rock solid, but you know what? If can we stop by? If you've got money,
Yes.
right? Yeah,
You do?
okay.
Yeah.
Better
We
to
just want
just
it to
buy
count.
the tokens than to try and bribe the guards.
Oh, God.
So
Well, yeah, fine.
we'll
I thought they
go.
were...
You take us by Baldur's Mouth, the newspaper. I've got a couple. The journalists in there have all kinds of tokens.
Did kids get in free?
It is her birthday.
Rich kids get in for free. Everybody else, they're kind of on a token-based system. But
All right, let's just buy some tokens. All right, so we go to the paper, we buy the tokens.
We get some
and then we can
tokens
go
en
through.
route. There's 3. It's gonna be about 100 gold a piece. You got 300
this
gold.
is the way to go. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah, let's do this right now.
Fine.
Okay, so we got some tokens. We'll get you guys into the upper city. I guess we'll buy you some knives.
Great.
Off we go!
This episode of Dum-Dums and Dragons features the voices of Ryan LaPlante at the Ryan LaPlante on Twitter, Tyler Hewitt at Tyler_Hewitt on Twitter, Laura Hamstra at EL Hamstring on Twitter, and our DM Tom McGee at McGeeTD on Twitter. This episode's sound was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Dum-Dums and Dragons artwork is by Del Borovic, who can be found at delborovic.com. Our theme songs are And Now for That Massive Coronary and Skipping Through the Orchestra Pit Part 1 by Peter Gresser, and our ad music is No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, JAHZZAR, all available at freemusicarchive.org. When it comes to Dum-Dums and Dice, you can visit our website at dumdumdice.com. Our Twitter and Instagram are at dumdumdice, and on Facebook at facebook.com/dumdumdice. But most importantly, we've got merchandise at redbubble.com/people/dumdumdice, or you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. And tune in next week for more Dum-Dums and Dragons. Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Mithrian, Garbo Ape, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia De Los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, Alex Parr, Dragonfly, The Body Barrelers, Megan Werner, A Man Out of Time, Curtis at FingerTechRobotics.com, Panda24NN, Shendra D, Your Homeboy Bones, Ellis Hatch, Odigenous, Beef Not Cheese, Kai Koa, Squire Solaire, Sandy Sassy Pants, Adam, Amira Lockhart, James Molina, Nick Hemsing, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.